shipyard. Birthday boy. First one since... And you know the one reattached? Would we get a toot-toot conduct customs inspect?
All right, for the kid.
There you go, either leg. Need to be perfect. He's also...
I know you like trains.
I got this. Jiggle it, jiggle it.
Hold all right. Stand down.
Stop in the name of the law.
Well...
Agree to disagree.
There's a snail ring.
In pursuit of Sesames through sheep.
Keep your driving. He's giving me so much, because if we're establishing...
Handle it, ma'am.
Stand down, you.
I hate that dumb...
I'm gonna jump.
You can't...
Beloved weather wall invention.
It has a secret toast live abroad. It ain't been one of those.
Is our
Now. By the zebras.
It was us, but more the stolen van contained some type of reptile.
Is you. You to call in jumbo unit to
man wasn't wearing my glasses.
stand down.
Sir,
The film opens right after Judy Hopps, Jennifer Goodwin, and Nick Wilde, Jason Bateman, expose Dawn Bellwether's, Jenny Slate nefarious plan to turn Zootopia against predators. Since then, Judy and Nick have become a famous cop duo known for saving the city. Newly elected actor-turned-mayor Brian Windancer, Patrick Warburton, brings the two to celebrate Zootopia's 100th anniversary of the invention of the weather walls that separate the different environments that allow everyone to coexist. Chief Bogo, Idris Elba, reads off assignments to his officers, but Judy and Nick have already gone off to the docks to deal with a thieving anteater, Sutli, John Leguizamo, who is operating a smuggling ring. The duo sneak in pretending to be parents with Finnick, Tommy Lister Jr., but Bogo yelling through Judy's walkie-talkie alerts Sutli and causes him to start driving away. Judy and Nick engage in a high-speed chase across the city, even as the other officers try to intervene and take over. They cause a trail of destruction and destroy a statue, but Sutli gets arrested. Afterwards, Judy finds a snake scale in the back of Sutli's van. Bogo chastises Judy and Nick for what they did and orders them to do the cases he assigns them, or he will split them up. He has them attend a Partners in Crisis support group led by Quokka therapist Dr. Fusby, Quinta Brunson. Judy and Nick acknowledge they have some differences, but they see themselves as a dream team, so they do not worry. At home, Judy continues to work until she overhears the news report about a gala being thrown by the wealthy Linksley family, whose ancestor Ebenezer Linksley supposedly founded Zootopia. They are displaying their family's journal that contains the original patterns for the weather walls, which was recovered after an alleged reptile attack, something that catches Judy's attention. She looks up a video from conspiracy theorist Beaver Nibbles Maplestick, Fortune Feimster, who details the Linksley family's history as a snake was said to have bitten Ebenezer's tortoise maid, and reptiles have not been in the city for over 100 years. Judy calls Nick for a plan. The duo sneak into the gala, trying to avoid detection from Bogo and the other officers. Judy runs into Paubert, Andy Samberg, the Linksley family's black sheep of the family, who is not as accepted by his father Milton, David Strathern, as his older siblings Catrick, Macaulay Culkin, and Kitty, Brenda Song. Meanwhile, Nick finds a snake scale and sees a hooded figure in the gala. Bogo spots Nick and tries to haul him away until he draws attention to the figure. He falls from the chandelier and onto the stage as Milton is giving a speech, revealing himself to be a pit viper named Gary DeSnake, Ke Hoi Kwan. Chaos breaks out, and Gary tries to get away with Milton and the journal. Judy and Nick give chase, but when Judy catches up, Bogo shows up and accidentally gets knocked out by one of Gary's fangs. The snake pleadingly asks her to let him take the journal, because it will mean that Gary's family can come home at last. Then Nick knocks him out with a frying pan. Catrick and Kitty show up, and Milton attempts to kill Gary and get the journal back, but the trio make it out through a window, and Judy grabs the journal. Nick and Judy are then taken in by Mr. Big, Maurice, LaMarche, while Gary and a mysterious figure watch. The media brands Judy and Nick as fugitives for aiding a snake that attacked the Linksleys. Milton calls upon Mayor Winddancer to stop the two by any means necessary. Winddancer enlists a team of officers led by Captain Hogbottom, Michelle Gomez, to track down the duo. Judy and Nick are brought to Mr. Big's warehouse, where they reunite with Frou Frou, Leah Latham, and meet her daughter, little Judy, Cecily Strong. The crime boss gives the two what they need to start new lives outside of Zootopia. But while Nick is ready to take that deal, Judy is not ready to give up and wants to help Gary. Frou Frou points them towards Nibbles, since she is a fan of her podcast. Judy and Nick contact Nibbles, who is excited to work with two hero cops. She brings them to Marsh Market, which is segregated from Zootopia, and is where reptiles stay alongside creatures like beavers, walruses, and dolphins. Nibbles guides them to a basilisk named Jesus, Danny Trejo, who tells Judy and Nick that the journal's metal cover is legible only to snakes. Jesus tells the heroes how the Linksleys expanded Tundra Town over Reptile Ravine, displacing many reptiles from their homes, and now they are planning to do the same by expanding their territory. Hogbottom and her officers crash the place, forcing everyone to run. Jesus gets Judy, Nick, and Nibbles onto a boat so they can escape. Gary pops up and takes the journal with him. Nick and Judy chase him into town and go through the Red Line, a water tunnel that is accessible to reptiles but is fatal to regular mammals. The two make it as far as they can, but Nick saves Judy before she drowns by going out through an emergency exit. Nick tries to convince Judy to abandon the mission, but she refuses. They spot two sheep hikers and find out that a flower seen on the journal is at the top of a high mountain. Nick reluctantly joins Judy as they make their climb. They argue over the carrot pen recorder, the one used to catch Bellwether, which falls and breaks. Nick and Judy reach the top of the mountain and find a house over a cliff. Unfortunately, Hogbottom and her officers know where they are. Judy finds several newspapers regarding Ebenezer Linksley and Gary's ancestor, Agnes. The other officers reach the house, which starts to break apart and fall. Judy is saved by Gary and his secret accomplice, Pawbert, but Nick is arrested. Gary and Pawbert bring Judy to their camp, where Gary uses the flames of a campfire to help him decipher the journal. It is revealed that Zootopia was founded by Gary's great-grandmother Agnes all along. She wanted everyone in Zootopia to coexist, so it was she who came up with the idea for the weather walls and worked with Ebenezer to secure it. However, he got greedy and took the credit for himself, going as far as to kill his own tortoise housemaid and frame Agnes for it. He forged his own patent and drove the reptiles out of their homes after expanding Tundra Town. But the real patent was not destroyed like he thought, and is hidden somewhere in Agnes's old home. Pawbert tells Judy he wants to help her take his family down. Nick is taken to a prison where other animals like Bellwether are being kept. Nibbles has also been arrested, but after a pep talk with Nick and his regret in not helping Judy, she fashions a key from a wooden broom handle and breaks herself and Nick out. As they try to escape the guards, they accidentally set the prisoners free, including Bellwether. Nick then calls Flash the Sloth, Raymond S. Percy, to take him and Nibbles to catch up to Judy, since he is a maniac behind the wheel. Judy, Gary, and Paulbert track down the location of Reptile Ravine, which is hidden within the desert weather wall. They have to get through a burning mammal festival to get through it, evading the cops as they do Saw. Nick calls Clawhauser, Nate Torrance, back at the station to help him track Judy down. Hogbottom is ordered by Milton to take Judy out, but she cannot bring herself to do it. The rifle accidentally fires, but Flash drives by in time to save Judy. Everybody but Nick makes it through the weather wall. Judy is able to find the control room to turn the power back on in Reptile Ravine, which helps them find a lighthouse that will guide them towards Agnes's home. Unfortunately, Paulbert reveals his treachery by injecting Judy with snake venom and leaving Gary out in the cold, as he only got them this far so that he can find the real patent, destroy it, and finally earn his family's approval. Paulbert goes out to inject Nibbles as well, but Nick makes his way in to try and find Judy. Gary crawls over to Judy and tries to keep her warm. Nick and Paulbert fight over the anti-venom pen that he is holding over an icy cliff, while the other officers break into the building and assume that Gary is trying to kill Judy. The cliff starts to break off, but Nick manages to kick the pen to Gary so he can revive Judy. She wakes up in time to pull Nick up while Paulbert goes down with the cliff. Gary goes to save Nibbles while Nick and Judy express their platonic love for one another and how they view the other as the most important people in their lives. The tender moment is ruined when everyone sees Paulbert survived the fall and is racing towards Agnes's home. Paulbert stops to see his family and tell them that he is going to destroy the patent. The heroes catch up to them, with Nick and Judy pursuing Paulbert, while Nibbles and Gary take on the Linksleys. Windancer, who now sees how evil the family he's serving really are, decides to utilize his fighting skills to knock out Catrick and Kitty before delivering a sweet kick to Milton. Nibbles and Gary catch up and knock Paulbert out as well. The heroes enter Reptile Ravine and light the way to Agnes's home. Within a music box, Gary finds the original patent. Paulbert makes one last attempt to destroy it after going crazy, but Hogbottom knocks him out now that she knows the truth. The Linksleys are arrested after the patent is revealed and the expansion is cancelled, allowing reptiles to finally go back home. Bogo wakes up from his coma, and Nick and Judy pass their partners in crisis class. Gary throws a party where his family returns and thanks Judy for her help. Nick gifts her the carrot pen, which he found and fixed, and she records him saying that he loves her. They set off on their next case together, going after Bellwether, who is trying to escape Zootopia. The credits feature the characters at another Gazelle, Shakira concert, where it is shown Bellwether did get thrown back in jail. At the very end, Judy replays the "I love you" message on the carrot pen, while her annoying neighbors continue to argue. After she leaves, something swoops up overhead, and a feather lands on Judy's window. Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde have become a police officer duo in Zootopia after foiling Dawn Bellwether's scheme. But a mishap during one of their cases causes Chief Bogo to lose faith in them as a pair. Judy gets Nick to follow her on a case involving reptiles, who have not been seen in Zootopia for over a century. They discover a conspiracy involving the wealthy Linksley family, whose ancestor Ebenezer Linksley allegedly founded Zootopia along with the Snake family. Judy learns that a pit viper named Gary is out to clear his family's name so they can come home to Zootopia. A reluctant Nick joins her, along with a conspiracy theorist, beaver named Nibbles Maplestick. Meanwhile, Milton Linksley orders Mayor Brian Windancer to send ZPD officers out to get Nick and Judy, while his black sheep son Paulbert joins Judy and Gary in exposing his family. Nick is arrested but helped by Nibbles to break out and help Judy. The truth is that Gary's great-grandmother Agnes was the real founder of Zootopia, as she patented the weather walls that allowed different ecosystems in the city to coexist. But Ebenezer stole the patent and then killed his housemaid to frame Agnes and drive the reptiles out of Zootopia while the Lynxleys expanded Tundra Town. The real patent is in Agnes's old home, buried somewhere in the snow. Judy, Gary, and Paubert find the lighthouse that will lead them to Reptile Ravine and find Agnes's home. But Paubert betrays Judy and reveals he only wanted to find the patent to destroy it and earn his family's acceptance. He injects Judy with snake venom, but Nick fights him and takes the anti-venom pen so he and Gary can save Judy. The heroes chase Paubert to Reptile Ravine. Winddancer turns on Milton and his other kids, Catrick and Kitty, after seeing how evil they are. Nibbles and Gary help subdue Paubert before they find Agnes's home, along with the patent. Paubert makes one last attempt to destroy it, but he is knocked out and all the Lynxleys are arrested. Reptiles are able to return to Zootopia, and Gary is reunited with his family, while Nick and Judy reaffirm their friendship. Meanwhile, a feather falls on Judy's window, implying birds are coming to Zootopia.